when I first started wakeboarding, we didn't have any of the technique or the direction that you needed to really get good at doing it or anything. We just would go out and try new things and just kind of go from there. But ever since then, I've met a guy here in town, Buck Burris, has helped me out a lot in the beginning of the year's riding and so forth there. We moved everything up to the Flint River and started riding here and got more riding with him, and he was able to point us in the right direction and show us things we were doing wrong and things we were doing right and kind of critique it from there. So a lot of people don't know, but Albany's got some of the best wakeboard conditions around. The Flint River's miles long. It's probably 50 to 60 yards wide, and the water's smooth 90% of the time. And you got to have smooth water to wakeboard. Not only that, Albany, people can say what they want to about Albany, but, with the storms that were just coming through, everybody's helpful. Everybody, if something bad or something tragic happens in the area, people gather up and help their neighbors. And Albany's a great, caring community. It's kind of a no-brainer. It was an easy thing to do. Wakeboarding is really just a way to get away. I mean, everybody's got their thing. It may be hunting or fishing or playing guitar, but, wakeboarding's the thing that it's just you and the water, really. I mean, there's nobody else that's out there, and it's not a team sport. It's just what you can do for yourself. This all started because I just want to help people. I've always wanted to just do whatever I can without anybody pushing me to do it. Doesn't matter what it takes or what it costs. I just wanted to help people. For instance, there's a guy that we used to work with down the road when I was my first summer job. I was 15 years old. And I didn't know this, but when my wife and I bought this house, the guy lives down the road from us. So now he has to ride his bike a couple miles to work. And every morning I see him, I'll tell him, hey, jump in the truck, let's go down here. If it's cold, hey, sit in the truck with me until your boss comes and pick you up. Just sitting here and enjoy the heat. And it's just the little things, man. Like that, I have no idea what that means to him. It could mean the world, or it could mean nothing. But to me, it feels like I'm helping him. It feels like I'm doing something for him and doing something for other people, and I've always just been about that and always enjoyed doing it. In the beginning, when we first started talking about WakeFest and doing it, it was all about a competition. I was younger, and that's what I wanted to do, was have a competition. And Jason told me, he said, let's do it for a charity. Let's raise some money and kill two birds with one stone kind of thing. And the first year doing it, handing a check over was really something, and from there it just grew. We skipped 2009. We just didn't have our ducks in a row. And my cousin Jamie Owens came up to me in 2010 and said, hey, let's try it again. Let's reamp it. I'll help you out. Let's do it again. And that year we handed a family $5,000. And that's where it really began. I mean, a couple $100 or $1,500 isn't a whole lot, but when you start to give one family $5,000, it helps them. And just to see the pure joy in their eyes was really worth everything. So one year in particular, Ty West stuck out. A good friend of mine, Blake Grimsley, we went over there and met him that day, went ahead and picked the family, went over and took some pictures with him and met him and hung out with him and told him kind of what wakeboarding was. We even got him a video game that was wakeboarding for the Xbox, so he could kind of get affiliated with it. And that was a big year. The way we picked him was my wife and my mom were actually at a Mexican restaurant in town, and this kid came up and was flirting with my wife. And she fell in love with him. She loved him. So she calls and tells me all about him, and we track him down and introduce ourselves to the family. And it gets surreal when you sit down with the family and you tell them, hey, I can't guarantee you $1. But what I can guarantee is I've got guys on my team that are going to work harder than any other charity that I know around here. And I guarantee we're going to do everything we can to raise as much money possible. And then when you hand them a check for $15,000, that's a game changer. It just changes the way you think and the way you feel. So as I'm walking back to the truck after giving the family the check from 2010, 23 years old, hand them $5,000 and I get my truck, and it's surreal then. That's when it really sinks in that, hey, this is something we could do for years and years to come, and we can build it and change people's lives, 1 year at a time. $5,000 isn't a huge amount of money, but, when somebody's not expecting that, and we can't guarantee them anything, $5,000 was a huge start. And there's no way to explain the feeling of giving somebody a check that potentially changes their life for the year at least. This year's been kind of crazy for us. My wife and I, Kimberly, just had our first daughter. I've changed careers here in the past year. My wife's changed careers. It's kind of just been a whirlwind of emotions and things that have actually happened. But not really planning on slowing down for stuff that we plan on doing for WakeFest. It's just not stuff that's going to be put on the back burner. Now that we have our child, we're so blessed and just see what can happen, what can go wrong, that you be in a situation where you need somebody's help like that with a special needs child or somebody that has medical issues or something, man. Just the God-given gift that we have, a perfectly healthy daughter, is just really, it's fuel to my fire to want to do it more, to realize how lucky I actually am, and to want to be able to go out and help people. that's the best words I can use, is fuel to my fire to go out and want to do WakeFest even more, make it bigger and better each year and continue to help people. So what started out as a way for buddies just to go out and compete on wakeboarding is now something that's just drastically a big part of our life that's changed other people's lives. Close the camera face.
How was the set, Adam?
It was good. It was really good, man.
You know,
thanks for Monster Energy today. You know, Liquid Force, we really rode good. The wake, it was a little choppy. Other than that, Super Boats was okay. Mastercraft's obviously much better. But we had a good time.
For certain songs
is absolutely beautiful.